Hello everyone, this is Wrestling Watcher here, a YouTube channel. It's about watching professional wrestling. So before I get into the actual video, I just wanted to say that I changed the background of the video. I didn't like the idea of just, using the thumbnail as the background anymore, so I'm trying something a little bit different. I hope you guys like it. So onto the video. Bayley. This past Monday Night Raw, Bayley gave an interview at a different location. It wasn't backstage or a typical backstage segment or out in the ring. It was somewhere like in a living place, like a house or an apartment, where she sat down in a chair and she looked into the camera and she gave an interview and she talked about her losing streak, how she's lost a lot recently to Lia Valkyrie, to Becky Lynch, how she's been on this losing streak, and not only the losing streak, but she's lost her friends along the way, because she was friends with Lia Valkyrie, and now that seemingly is over. She had Damage Control for a long time, and eventually they betrayed her, and she turned face and faced off against them, and now she's a babyface. But it looks like she is going full-fledged heel again. Now, whether that happens slowly but surely, or whether it's a snap of a finger type of thing. At the end of this interview, she gave there was a really creepy laugh in the background. Almost psychotic in a way. Now, will another heel turn benefit Bayley? If it's done right. She can't just be a regular heel. Not with the character they've slowly introduced. How she's lost everything, that heelish, dark, psychotic laugh at the end. She really has to fully just embrace like an evil heel. I know technically speaking you can argue that every heel is sort of evil, right? But I mean, you really have to go past the point of normalcy. She's got to want to destroy people. Her character should feel slighted. Her character should feel like she's constantly been forgotten, that, Charlotte and Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley and everyone else is just above her, and that her accomplishments have been sort of, I don't want to say whitewashed or erased, but not talked about enough, not given enough respect. Bayley really needs to turn nuts here. And where it goes from here would be interesting. I think if you're going to book a Bayley heel turn, I would put it with Rhea Ripley right out of the gate, and I would really just have her attack Rhea Ripley like crazy. I mean, one of those backstage beatings where she's just getting heat and more heat. I mean, Rhea Ripley's in an interview and Bayley just blasts her from out of nowhere with like a chair. And she just keeps going and going and going. And you know what? She's going to take the top spot, and Raw will belong to her. The women's division will belong to her. And Bayley is just out to destroy everything. She has no friends. No one matters. Nothing matters except the women's championship or the women's intercontinental championship, running Raw and just being this monster psycho heel. I think that would work with Rhea Ripley. Bayley, heel, versus a babyface Rhea Ripley. That's how I would book it as of right now. Maybe other ideas are possible. Certainly other ideas are possible. You could do something like that with her and Lia Valkyrie, where Bayley just goes nuts. But if you're going to go the dark heel route, you have to go the dark heel route. Full gas forward. Just go crazy with it. And then it might work. I think it would. She can't just be a normal run-of-the-mill heel, though. That won't work. You gotta fully embrace what you've laid out here. That's gonna be all for this one, guys. Thank you.